Factors that determine the cost of digitizing services for embroidery. Have you ever ordered embroidery digitizing and felt confused about the price? One time it's low, the next time it's almost double, and you think, why is that? Is it random? The truth is, it's not random at all. There are clear factors that affect the price of digitizing services. Today I'll explain those factors step by step in simple words. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss more helpful videos like this. Factor 1. Complexity of the design. Imagine two designs. One is a basic circle with a letter inside. The other is a detailed logo with fine lettering, gradient shading, tiny borders, and decorative effects. The simple one is quick, just a few stitch types, less layering, and easy planning. But the complex one? The digitizer has to zoom in, set different stitch types for different areas, plan underlay stitches, check stitch directions, and test how it will look on fabric. Factor 2. Size of the design. A small 3-inch logo for the chest of a polo shirt is quick, but make that same design for a 12-inch jacket back. It changes everything. Larger designs require more stitches, more time to digitize, and more testing to prevent problems like heavy embroidery or distorted fabric. Factor 3. Stitch count. Think of stitches like building blocks. Every stitch has to be programmed into the file, and every stitch takes time on the embroidery machine. For example, a 3,000 stitch logo might take 10 minutes to embroider, but a 20,000 stitch detailed artwork could take more than an hour. Factor 4. Number of colors and color changes. Each color you add increases the workload. Why? Because the embroidery machine has to stop, rethread, and start again whenever a new color is used. If your design has 3 colors, it's quick, but if it has 10 different shades, the digitizer has to carefully plan the stitching order so that it looks right and minimizes thread changes. Factor 5. Type of fabric. Let's say you're stitching on denim. Denim is heavy, so the stitches need to be stronger and more dense to sit properly. Now imagine the same design on satin. Satin is delicate, so if you use heavy stitches, the fabric will pucker. The digitizer has to reduce density and carefully adjust stitch settings. Factor 6. Turnaround time. A standard file might be delivered in 24 to 48 hours at normal pricing. But if you want it in 4 hours, the digitizer has to stop other projects, work late, or adjust their whole schedule. That's why rush orders come with an extra fee. Factor 7. Experience and expertise of the digitizer. Not all digitizers are equal. A beginner may charge less, but their file might cause problems, like thread breaks, poor stitch density, or uneven embroidery. An experienced professional knows how stitches behave on different fabrics, how to optimize files for smooth machine runs, and how to avoid wasted material. Factor 8. Software and technology used. Some digitizers use very basic software with limited options, while professionals invest in advanced programs that give precise control over stitch direction, density, and special effects. Better software equals cleaner files equals better embroidery results. Of course, professional tools add to the provider's costs, which can slightly raise prices. Factor 9. Revisions and edits. Sometimes after you get your digitized file, you realize something needs changing. If it's small, like a color swap, most digitizers do it free, but bigger edits, like resizing, repositioning elements, or changing text, require extra work. More revisions equals more time equals more cost. Factor 10. Special effects and advanced techniques. Want to make your embroidery pop? Techniques like 3D puff, applique, or metallic thread effects look amazing, but they're harder to digitize. They require custom stitch programming, extra testing, and special settings. Factor 11. Licensing and copyright. If your design includes a copyrighted logo or character, the digitizer may need to confirm permissions or follow licensing rules. That extra step can sometimes affect cost and delivery time. Factor 12. Volume of orders. Ordering in bulk often saves money. For example, if you order one design, you'll pay the full price. But if you order 10 designs, many digitizers will give a discount because it's more efficient to process larger orders. Factor 13. Location of the service provider. Finally, location makes a difference. Digitizers in the US or UK usually charge more because of higher labor costs. Providers in other countries may offer cheaper rates. But here's the thing, cheaper doesn't always mean better. Communication, quality, and reliability should matter more than price alone. Always check samples before choosing. So now you know all the main factors that affect the cost of digitizing services. But understanding cost is only half the story. The other half is finding a provider who gives you quality, fair pricing, and reliable support. That's where ZDigitizing makes all the difference. We provide clean, accurate, and machine-ready digitized files for all embroidery types. You get fast turnaround, 50% off your first order, support for all major file formats. Found this video helpful? Then do one thing right now. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment about which embroidery idea you're excited to try. And don't forget, follow ZDigitizing on social media. Thanks for watching.